I've been privy to individuals who have endorsed this myth that dyslexia doesn't exist. We shouldn't even be really talking about it. It's not a real thing. And I wanted to just give some context and some counterpoints if that's ever a conversation you find yourself in. So for one, as a label, dyslexia can have different meanings for different audiences, and that's part of the trouble with having a common label, that people may use it in different ways. The other challenge is, as a diagnosis, dyslexia is typically captured by the broader term specific learning disorder. So if you're familiar with the clinical manual, the DSM, or if you're familiar with the federal law IDEA that uses specific learning disabilities, the term dyslexia is featured under these umbrellas as opposed to being featured itself. The thing to highlight is that dyslexia is absolutely listed in the clinical manual, the DSM, as part of under this SLD category. And dyslexia is specifically acknowledged and labeled in the federal law IDEA. The benefit of having this broader label of specific learning disorder or disabilities is that you're using recognized language that enables individuals to access services or to be diagnosed with consistent language. And those broader terms are meant to be specified with the type of challenges that an individual is experiencing. So dyslexia exists in our clinical manuals, in our federal law. It exists as a reality for families and students. And when we define it, to be very specific, it is difficulties at the single word level. This often shows up as difficulty with the accuracy or fluency of reading words, and of course the counterpoint of spelling. And it's present across literate societies, regardless of if the language uses characters or alphabetic scripts or otherwise. So just to emphasize that point, our definition of dyslexia is at the word level. It has a brain basis. It's in the context of average or higher cognitive skills. A consequence of dyslexia is often challenges with reading comprehension and reduced reading experience. And just to emphasize that when we talk about reading disabilities, dyslexia is one, but there's a companion, and that companion is difficulties with reading comprehension. These two overlap, but are two distinct types of reading disabilities: word level challenges, which we call dyslexia, and reading comprehension challenges, which don't have a fancy name.